Hello fellow paranormalers. This is just a very quick update regarding the portal box, and from now on I'm just going to be saying portal because, you know, by now if you don't realise that it's actually inspired by the research and etc. done from Steve Huff, you need to check it out. But anyway, I'm testing like any of this kind of new equipment. Just keep using it, testing it out, you know, just to sort of see how it reacts, how it works, tweaking. So over the past 2 days, this is just sort of feedback really on the use of the portal. I just can't stress enough how clear the communication is between. Now, I have done several things. I spent approximately 1.5 hours one day with the PSB7, okay, and getting what I would call the optimum settings for the PSB7, using it with the portal. And I've posted those onto our Facebook page. I might do a short video about that, but today, using those settings, exact settings, I have been working in my home, and I've had the portal on for 3 hours exactly, yeah, just leaving it on, and I have actually recorded the 3 hours as well. And I've done this for several reasons, okay? You might think, why on earth would you want to do a 3-hour session? Well, I haven't really been communicating as such for the full 3 hours, but any communication that's come through, I've got it recorded, and the kind of the communication that's been going on is actually quite interesting. So every now and then, if I heard something that was trying to get my attention, I would respond, and I've also been asking questions, and you know, it's almost like I've been listening to conversation between 2, 3 or more people, spirits, whatever you want to call them, and then, you know, they would then be responding to me or to my questions, or just saying random stuff. So the other reason why I've been doing this is to test out the 12 volt 4.5 amp per hour battery, and so far, between yesterday and today and some other work I've been doing, so I've had 3 hours today, 1.5 straight hours of testing yesterday, so that's 4.5 hours, and then I have probably done 4 sessions or more at approximately between 10 and 15 minutes. So I would safely say that there's another 1 hour of recording. So that's 5.5 hours that I know of that I've actually recorded using that 12 volt 4.5 amp per hour battery. And when I took the voltage reading from the battery, I mean, it's hardly made a difference at all. So, you know, quite clearly, using the portal with that battery, I mean, you're going to just get, you know, I would say quite safely 12 hours of recording out of that, or play, you know. I mean, you know, I suppose typically if most of your sessions are 15-20 minutes long, you know, you're going to get a lot of sessions out of that one battery. So just saying that I would highly recommend that you get that battery rather than keep going through, you know, a series of 8 AA batteries, because according to Steve Huff, the 8 AA batteries only lasts you 1.5 to 2 hours, and you know, unless you're using rechargeables, of course. But you know, I'm one of these people that just doesn't ever like to run out of power on something like that, so I just want to make sure. The other thing that I wanted to do was, and this is really the last thing I'm going to say, was an observation as well. I wanted to listen, you know, and I've been in that same vicinity for 3 hours, so I'm listening to all the communication and stuff that's going on. And I was actually quite curious as to whether anything was going to get repeated. Now, the only thing that got repeated was mother. The word mother came through. I heard very clearly twice, and then faintly kind of once. So I thought that was quite interesting. And anyone who's watched my videos before will know my situation with my mother. But, you know, or previously, my mother passed away a few years ago. But, yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. And I lost count of the amount of different voices that came through. Just, I would say dozens of different voices, and sometimes the same voice coming through, you know, over that period of 3 hours from start to finish. So it kind of dispels the theory that, or the you know, when people say things like, oh, well, it's just picking up voices and whatever. Well, you know, as far as I know, there aren't any people on radio stations for 3 hours, you know, that repeat the same words with the same voice. That's the other thing. That word mother came through really clear and with the same voice over the 3 hours. You know, I mean, I think as an experiment, it's proved that radio sweep technology, as far as I'm concerned, is actually quite reliable, and it is pretty random. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to sort of feed this back, and yeah, I will continue to keep testing. I haven't actually physically taken the portal out into the field. I hope to do that today or possibly tomorrow, but yeah, I want to take it out in the field and try it, as in, you know, I'll probably go to a couple of graveyards, and which is kind of the obvious thing, really. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you again in another video.